right, now, everybody. Quiet, listen to me. We're going to start a show.
You're listening to the Ink and Paint Club Podcast, your weekly animation discussion show. You can find episodes every week on the show's YouTube page, and if you like the show, subscribe and share it with your friends. Because that would be pretty rad.
Hey everybody, welcome to another Ink and Paint Club Podcast. Yay. Thanks, Kyle.
Spell flat?
It does. It always does. That's my routine intro. Hi everybody, my name is JD, and I'll be your host today, evening, whenever you're listening to this. And over there is Kyle.
It's me. I'm the Kyle.
And by over there, I mean on the opposite side of the country. I miss him.
I'm in California. It's too hot. Still.
I'm in Ohio. It's kind of cold, but not really. I wore shorts today.
I wore jeans.
Well, you also wear a fucking beanie and a hoodie in 90-degree weather.
Can't beat the fashion, man.
I don't know how you haven't died of a heat stroke yet.
Trust me, I'm trying to.
Oh, God.
Release
Anyway,
me from this
well,
mortal state.
Jesus Christ. Well, if you clicked on the thumbnail, you know that we're talking about Mighty Magiswords today. So if you're not in the know, Mighty Magiswords is Cartoon Network's latest animated series. I say latest, even though like the shorts were on the Cartoon Network app like 2 years ago, but you know. But anyway, last Friday, they had their official TV series premiere. It was pretty good.
Yes.
Kyle, come on, man, keep up.
I'm not a color commentator,
have all these...
though.
Well, you need to be the color commentator.
I don't know colors very well. Colorblind.
Kyle's colorblind. But no, Kyle and I wanted to sit down and talk about Magiswords a little bit in honor of the official worldwide television premiere. But we figured we'd go a little bit back in time to some of the older stuff. So I guess just a little bit of brief history of how this whole thing is. Cartoon Network had a weird release for this show, because it started out as like these little choose your own adventure-esque little 15-second clips on their CN Anything app. And I didn't like how that was set up, because the videos were all random, so I'd be sitting there for an hour trying to find all of the little clips, and I think I maybe saw half of them.
They'll be on the DVD,
weird.
I'm sure.
Probably. I'm pretty sure you can look them up on YouTube at this point. But no, it was an interesting concept, the way they decided to introduce everyone to the Magiswords world, but I personally found it frustrating.
Kids
But
these days.
I know, I'm an old grumpy man. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. So after that, they did a series of 3-minute shorts, which is what we're going to be talking about tonight, whenever you're listening to this, I don't know. And they're currently in the midst of doing a bunch of 5-minute shorts. I think maybe half of them have come out, and now they're doing their 11 minutes on TV, as well as these vlog things.
They're pronounced vlogs.
I don't know. I've heard both.
Anyways.
I don't know. Yeah.
They should have a movie next. That way they started from 15 seconds
They gotta have 6 seasons first. That's the rule. If Community has taught us anything.
I don't watch shows like that.
I loved Community. Shut your whore mouth.
I'm sorry. I just didn't want to pay Hulu.
I didn't pay Hulu. I watched it on TV.
Well, I don't have a TV because I don't live in fucking Moneyland.
Moneyland.
Yeah, Moneyland, Ohio, where you can just pick up corn off the side of the street and sell it.
Interesting sidebar. Last fall, we were driving down a back road to get to my parents' house, and there literally was just this farm that put a box of corn on the end of their driveway, and just left a change bucket there saying, with the suggested of like, here's what we suggest you pay for the corn. It's an honor system thing, and so we just bought some sweet corn off the side of the road.
See, in California, I would be like, hey, free money, free corn, free bucks, and then I would just take everything.
Well, I mean, it was like in like a metal box that was like bolted down. So it's not like I could I'd have to go get like a screwdriver or something to unhinge that box, and I'm pretty sure the house could see the edge of the road from whatever.
I don't know how Ohio works. I've never been there.
Ohio is a horribly backwards we're essentially our own country.
Okay.
With our own weird customs.
I can live with that.
And according to you, Drew Carey is our king.
Yeah. He's the champion.
Even though he doesn't live here anymore. Sure, he lives out there.
Well, I mean,
posted Price is Right.
I mean, at least he got out. What's your fucking excuse?
You're born here, you die here. He'll return someday.
Whoa.
Anyway, we are horribly off topic. So, like I said, we're gonna be talking about the 10 3-minute shorts. Kyle and I actually just sat down and watched all of them because they're all up on YouTube, so you should go watch them for yourselves if you haven't. So yeah, I do want to preface this by saying that both Kyle and I do know and have talked to this show's creator, Kyle Carosa. He's a cool dude.
There's two
there
Kyles
are two
in this story.
Oh,
I'm
no.
confused now.
You're Kyle. You're the alpha Kyle in my book.
I'm Universe A Kyle, and he's Universe
Earth
B
1,
Kyle.
he's Earth 2.
Yeah.
That works. But no, it's been interesting because both you and I have, been watching Kyle's stuff since long before he got this show. Like, I think I first found his art. You might have showed it to me actually. Like back in maybe, I don't know.
Really?
I know it was like back in high school though. But yeah, it's been cool seeing someone that you're kind of friends with. I'm actually not sure what the nature of our relationship is. But it's been cool seeing someone like go from being like someone who does small parts on cartoons to having their own show now. So that's pretty rad.
But he had
did have
Weird,
Moob.
and that
was
Proto.
That was weird seeing that. Yeah, Kyle did a short for, was it Random Cartoons or was it Oh Yeah Cartoons?
It was Random Cartoons. They randomly changed the name. Like,
yeah, it was weird.
In the middle of it.
Yeah, he did a short for Random Cartoons, and it was cool. It had an interesting.
I liked it a lot. It was a fun roller coaster ride of emotions. Laughed, I cried.
This is the part where I honestly can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
Oh, I actually liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was kind of sad
Sam.
that nothing came of that. Stupid Adventure Time.
I feel like there's an underlying story behind it because it's never brought up again.
But yeah, it's
Anyways.
interesting because even on Kyle's DeviantArt, he would like post pictures of like proto versions of the Magisword characters, and it's kind of interesting to see what they look like now.
Well, they were part of like a misfit group, and I think it was Zeddy or something.
Something like
his other cartoon. It's pretty funny. People keep posting almost like timeline pictures where it's like fucking ink drawings.
I mean, I think he made these characters he said that he made these characters up like in high school. So he's been working on this thing, I think he said, for like over 15 years. Or something like that.
Damn.
I'm sure someone will correct us if we're wrong on any of this. But no, it's been cool seeing how this has developed over time, and now it's an actual thing on the TVs for the childrens to watch. Yeah. So I guess the little explanation of what the fuck Magiswords is, it's a show about a brother and sister, Prohyas and Vamber, who are warriors for hire, and they live in this wacky, nonsensical fantasy world. And then they go on jobs, people hire them to go do wacky, nonsensical things.
And then they make money to buy more swords.
Which I have some questions, but we will get into that. So we're going to try to keep it to the 3-minute shorts as much as possible. We have seen things past that, so concerns or comments we have with the shorts may have been rectified in future installments, but
Yeah.
So,
rectified.
I guess getting into it, I do want to say I do think the conceit of the show is kind of interesting, because Adventure Time kind of has a little bit of, like, it has the fantasy universe, and the heroes are sometimes hired to do a job, but I think what makes Magiswords stand out is, like, it's varied plethora of characters. And was
that a real sentence?
I said it. Those words were in English. Whether they made any kind of sense, that's up to you, the viewer. Kyle, say some nice things. Don't be a jackass.
No, it's fun. I was reading on 4chan. They said what's great about this show is that if you're a fan for it, being a little kid, whatnot, you can basically make your own sword. And that's kind of an interesting idea. You could basically be like, this is my own original sword character idea. And I guess that's cool. You can do your own thing, and it fits in their universe, like people making gem sonas and shit like that. I mean, it's interesting.
I never really thought about that, but you're right. That is kind of cool. That it is interesting when a kid show can structure itself enough where people can do self inserts, but it's not like weird. I'm trying to think. Because I know I've done that as a kid, and I honestly can't. I guess Pokemon. I mean, you could kind of apply that to Pokemon. It's like, you could be a character in Pokemon. Why the fuck not? And you could have your own team of What's-It. I guess. I don't know. It's late. My brain doesn't work.
No, I think of myself as a kid, and I never made fan characters.
I did.
I didn't care enough to do that. That's fucking sad. But anyways, beyond the point, I never did that.
Oh, well, you just had a sad childhood then.
Yeah. No, because I did my own original characters.
But don't belittle people's making of fan fiction.
I'm sorry.
So we watched these. We literally just got done watching these 10 shorts, and
we got done 20 minutes ago. It's not literally, in a sense.
Way to spoil the illusion, Kyle. They don't know that. God damn it. So the shorts for me have varying degrees of. What's the word I want to use here? They have varying degrees. Let's put it that way.
So it's hot and it's cold. It's
Thanks,
yes
Katy
and it's
Perry.
no.
I'm sad that I know that. I mean, so one thing that watching Magiswords, and especially with the newer ones, that I personally do not like, and I think it's more indicative in the 5-minute shorts, is that there's a lot happening. is the best way to put it. There's a lot of fast talking. There's a joke a minute, and just like there's always something happening. But
it is crammed and
right.
filled to the
And-
brim with
And
content.
I would like to know like a little more like the backstory of, you know, how this show is put together and like how they've learned over time. But it feels like because Cartoon Network is, you know, restricting to these certain time limits, that in some spots I feel like they're trying to cram 11 minutes worth of plot into 3 minutes. Yeah.
I'd
So
believe it.
I guess it's interesting to think of like, it is weird. Like, how do you structure like a whole plot around such a small increment of time, but still get a full story out of it? Like, and I mean, I guess it's something you just kind of have to learn. I mean, how they've gone from 15 seconds to 3 minutes to 5 minutes to now 11 minutes. Just like you like learning how to pace things out. But there's a lot of times in the show where they're just talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and just things are just, it's rapid fire, and like half the time I won't catch a joke. Like it's honestly just going so fast that it just slips by me, and I don't know if it's like my old man brain that just can't keep up.
What other old men brain made this?
That's true, but that's the thing I have to constantly remind myself when I watch cartoons, is that cartoons are not made for me. You look at that rating, it is TVY7. It is made for 7-year-olds. So like, if I put myself in the brain of a modern elementary school child, I would probably think this show is like knee-slappingly hilarious, which I do at some points, but it's not so consistent. But I'm not an ADHD child anymore, so my brain has gotten to the point where I need slower media. I mean, I've gotten into more drama heavy stuff when I watch TV shows now. And I'm like, I watch things that last for an hour now rather than cramming things into 11 minutes.
Whoa, you got some
Not
dignified taste. Adult dignified taste here.
I mean,
everybody.
if you count watching Luke Cage adult, I mean, it is, but I mean, when I say drama, I mean I'm watching fucking superhero shows. Like,
You could be watching like NCIS.
no, that's what my
or
that's what my
CSI
parents
Miami. With Robinson Crusoe.
What? That god awful movie that just came out?
No, his name's Caruso.
Oh, okay, sure.
Puts his sunglasses on.
But no, I do fully recognize that this show is made for children and not for old men like me. Yeah, but I do want to give credit that for as much as rapid pace as the dialogue is at times, I do want to give credit to the writing, because I feel like the way that they write their characters is very different from anything else Cartoon Network has.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on things, Kyle? You haven't talked a whole lot lately.
I never really do.
Well, you need to start. Or I'll find a new co-host.
You've replaced me many times, and it hurts my feelings. And maybe I'm just like salty about it, and then I just clam up when you're talking.
I'm sorry. I don't.
You ever think of that? Anyways, I commend this show for its designs. I like its bad guys. I like its people. Even though it didn't show up in any of these shorts, there's a character, and I think its name is Food or something, and it has an apple on its head and has green hair, and I like that character. character design's really great in this show.
Yeah, it's...
And yeah, I like the bad guys kind of. I'm not really a big fan of the giant T-Rex.
King Rextifer.
Rabbit. Yeah, I'm not a big
Why?
fan of him.
What are your gripes?
I do.
Just
I don't
doesn't
know.
just doesn't do it for you.
No. No,
Alright, that's
he
fair.
doesn't. But I don't know. I like the bad guys. I like that Vector Man
Okay,
cactus.
you told me that earlier, like because we were watching the Attactus episode, and you're like, the Cactus Man looks like Vector Man from the fucking Sega Genesis. Like, holy shit, I didn't put that together till just now. I don't know if that's what the inspiration was, but
It's just a green. It's just a green thing with circles. I mean, anything could be fucking
but
Vector
I don't
Man.
know. This show seems to revel in like kind of obscure nerd references, so I honestly wouldn't put it past them to make a Vector Man reference. I mean, fucking Kyle said the Robo Piggy. I think he said like the Robo Piggy's theme song is like a reference to Kamen Rider. So.
And I want to know, is it Kamen Rider or Kamen Rider? Because I've only read it, and I don't know the correct
I've heard
pronunciation.
Kamen, but it could probably be both. What?
'Cause when you say that, I'm thinking common as C-O-M-M-O-N. Common.
Yeah. So there, as much as I do want to praise the writing for like being different and having a very interesting way of talking, there are bits and pieces that like, and I can't exactly put my finger on why it seems off to me, but like we're watching, I think it was the one where they're trying to get the pig sword, and like they exploded out of the bubble, and they're sitting there arguing back and forth. He's like explode a little more to the left or whatever, and he's like, you should, be more constructive or whatever and stuff. And it's like, and then the episode where they're like sitting around like trying to figure out how to drum up business. They're like, she's like, say something useful immediately, and it's like, I can't put my finger on why that weird kind of awkward dialogue like doesn't work for me.
Because it's very... Is it very meta slash... I'm trying
meta
to
might
think
be
here,
a
man.
good word for it. And and it's weird because there are bits of meta jokes that I do really like.
Is it meta exposition?
Maybe.
There we go.
But it's like, on the other hand, the episode with the tree Jay, it's this tree, and he's like a shock jock radio DJ, but they're constantly making meta jokes about like he's making all these radio jokes about like taking calls and all that kind of stuff, and they keep saying like they have no reference for what he's talking about. It's like, what's a radio? What are calls? But so it's like stuff. I think that's really funny because that's really it's like, it's kind of a funny commentary. It's like, yes, they live in this fantasy world,
but then they have like cell phones.
It's magic.
And people do call them.
They're magic phones.
I know, but they have phones and people
It's
call
magic.
them. Like,
which, side note, and I don't want to get too deep into it because it's not the main topic, but like I do think that the vlogs or vlogs, whatever the fuck you want to call them, I think is so. I think
whoa.
I don't
Easy
think
there,
it's a
champ.
bad concept. I think it's a bad concept for in-universe because they live in this fantasy universe devoid of most technology. I don't think they have the internet, so who are they talking to? But I have to think to myself that I don't know if the vlogs thing is something that the Magiswords crew wanted to do, or if it's more of a mandate from Cartoon Network themselves, because I noticed that a lot of the other shows are doing something similar. Like I think the Bears show does it, and I know Steven Universe has been. I think they just released a group of shorts about them like doing internet stuff, like recording stuff for the internet. Like fucking Steven did a reaction video, and they were doing like cooking shows and web chat stuff. So, but that makes sense for in universe because it's like shown in the show that Steven, has an iPhone and does stuff like records stuff for the internet. So the vlogs for Magiswords just seems kind of odd to me.
Is it something stupid like a J phone?
It's called a
Did they ever say what
Magimobile.
it is? No, I mean.
Oh
for
no,
Steven
it's just an
Universe.
iPhone looking. It's a smartphone.
No,
Sure.
I'll take it.
But yeah, what the fuck was I talking about?
I don't know. You like trailed off, and I like completely.
Yeah. I don't fucking
What?
know, man.
We were talking about Vector Man, and then just like
Oh.
something happened. I blacked out for
Sure.
like 3 seconds.
Okay, so something you brought up to me, and it wasn't something I had really thought about, is that like
I'm not taking responsibility for this one.
you don't know what I'm gonna say. No, you mentioned something
I know.
about like what is and is not in continuity. Because okay, so a few points. It seems a little inconsistent about what swords they have and what they don't have at any given time. And I kind of go back when I think about this. I kind of go back to Xiaolin's Showdown for some reason, because they had a similar like have all these weird artifacts that have all these powers, but they like constantly had like an in-show continuity of like who has what each episode, and you could follow that along. But I don't know if like in these shorts if there's any sort of continuity.
It'd be funny if someone made like a wiki page, kind of like the Pokemon one, where it's like on hand right now, and they have all these
I
swords
do
on
check
hand
that.
right
I
now.
do check that sometimes.
It
Like,
shows-
what does Ash have on his team at this moment? And even though I don't really watch Pokemon a whole lot,
Yeah.
but then there was like, but then we were
That would be
watching.
funny.
It was one of the later episodes in the 3-minute shorts. Is that like at the very end of the episode, Prohyas's doppelganger, evil doppelganger character just shows up. And they feel like they've seen him before, but then immediately on the next episode, they act like they haven't seen him before. And then, like, you had
Yeah.
mentioned, like, the rabbit character, he randomly shows up with no explanation. But then a couple episodes later, he's, like, a central plot point, but they act like they've known him the whole time.
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like they probably couldn't explain
Maybe.
in the time given, and this person doesn't deserve to have an origin story. It
But
just kind of pops up.
But at the same time, it's
talk to
weird
him.
because there's an episode where they have to do lawn work for the old man character, and they kind of fuck it up. So he gets mad and he swears revenge, and then like a couple episodes later, he gets his revenge. So it's weird because like, what is in continuity and what is?
He doesn't really
But
get
it-
his
it
revenge.
car-
He gets stuck in.
But he
Cactus.
carries that plot because he says he's gonna enact his revenge, and then he enacts the revenge. And also like the dragon Grupp has a very big size inconsistency. Because when he first
Yeah.
introduced himself, he's
He, like-
huge. He's like 2 to 3 times the size of Vamber and Prohyas, but then later on he's like half their size for no discernible reason.
He used the mighty Magisword.
I would
to
like an
shrink the
explanation for that then.
Well,
Oh.
we'll go with that
And
one.
then like, sorry, I'll stop nitpicking after this one. It's weird to me that there are some Magiswords they have to go find in the wild, like they have to go on a quest to find or whatever. But then they show that there's a store that they can go buy them from. So I don't know. Does the store just like have common ones? And I'm not even sure if like they're all like one of a kind. Has that ever been explained?
Well, I'm sure the dolphin one is one of a kind. The pumpkin one's
Right.
one of a kind. The pig one's probably one of
And
a
who
kind.
decides which ones are sentient?
I swear I've seen one where they both had the same one
maybe.
before. I swear I've seen something where they had the literally same exact one. But maybe I'm high.
Probably.
I don't fucking know. I just woke up. It could be a fever dream in another dream. I might not be here right
It's
now.
a figment of my imagination, and I'm slowly going insane.
I wouldn't rule
No.
that out, really.
I do want to cycle back that you were saying that the show has like a really nice sense of design, and I definitely agree. I think the characters, again, are like much different than anything Cartoon Network has, because I feel like a lot of Cartoon Network shows have fallen into the vein of like these very thin-lined, very kind of I don't want to say like static kind of movement. I don't know. It feels very. I don't know how to explain this, Kyle. Help me here.
Are you saying the animation's very static?
Maybe, but I mean, like, if you look at.
I would blame that on the program they're using, not on the show itself.
Well, I'm saying this more of like, I guess maybe more in a design standpoint, because if you look at like regular show and Adventure Time and We Bare Bears and the new Powerpuff Girls, and hell, I've even seen the new Ben 10 footage they've been putting out, which I do not care for the slightest. But Ben 10.
It looks fun, okay?
Enough, but I stopped watching Ben 10 years ago, so it doesn't matter to me anymore. Yeah, but
I did too.
they.
You watched the whole Durwatz
What?
one, I'm sure. The whole Ricky Durwatz, whatever the fuck that guy's name is, who did Transformers.
Oh, Derek Wyatt?
Animated.
No, I actually
that one. I don't know.
didn't
His
watch
fucking...
Omniverse. I watched like
his
halfway through
fucking-
Ultimate Alien and stopped.
I think his Instagram is something like that, or it's unpronounceable, whatever.
But they have like this similar style where like it's very it's kind of like light-ish colors. Everything has very thin outlines. And it just seems very uniform the way everything is designed. But I like in Magiswords that like they're drawing in Flash. So, the animation is a little, I am impressed what they can do with Flash. It's not like what Foster's did with Flash, because like I couldn't tell that Foster's was in Flash half the time. But I do like that they're bringing back a lot of like really cartoony physics and motion with their characters, where like the characters, like their faces will change constantly, or their limbs are constantly like not proportional. Like there is no real on, like they're in Flash, but they're not really on model a lot.
Anime reaction phase.
You're sending me a huge file, so it'll be a minute before I see this.
Well, no shit. I'm like
Right,
looking
but
at it right now. Wait, hold on. I'm not
Are you?
recording right now.
oh my God, Kyle, I will
This
fucking
one.
murder you. Jesus Christ, I hate you sometimes. But no, I do really like the animation style for this show, and I'm hitting a ruler against my leg. It's it is very. It kind of reminds me of like the '90s a little bit.
Remember the
It was
90s?
a good show. '90s Nick is the
Yeah.
best.
Let's
Joe
get
Grant.
him on the show. Let's talk.
I'd love to talk to
Cat
Joe
Guy.
Grant. He's cool.
Yeah.
I can ask him maybe. I'll see if I can get a hold of him. No one wants to talk to us except for Colleen, because she's cool.
She was a fun. She was
She
a
was.
good.
She put up
sport.
with my weird questions.
And she put up with
Oh.
my suicide. Old tendencies.
Oh my God. But yeah.
I'd give this show a 7 out of 10.
So like a B minus.
Yeah, we'll go give these shorts. We'll give it a 7 out of 10 with a little side remark. There's too much water in it.
We're gonna Ruby and Sapphire this. Oh God.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. That's. I could.
Is that fair?
I think.
Is that fair?
I mean,
Sue
that's your
me if
opinion.
it's
I'm not
not.
gonna fault you for what you think. No, I think that's fair. Sorry, Sorry, man.
That's
It
all
is
you
almost
got.
midnight here, and I'm tired as fuck. So I am losing my train of thought. I do. All right, fuck it. I do want to slightly address some of the newer stuff. I don't want to get into it a whole lot because I'd like to do another show about like the 5-minute shorts once they're all out. But when I've seen more of the like the newer, longer stuff, and I feel like, shut up, shut up. Especially with the 5-minute shorts, I think the pacing issue, at least for me personally, hasn't really been resolved. Because when we rewatch these 3-minute shorts, like I remember them being like super fast, and almost unintelligible for me. But rewatching them, like the 3-minute ones are actually not as badly paced as I remember it. They actually had some time to breathe between some jokes. But at least with the 5-minute ones, it hurts my brain a little bit. I don't know. But I do think with the 11-minute ones that they've shown, I think the pacing is getting back to that. It breathes a little more. It's still a lot being thrown at you in 11 minutes, but I think it's just a learning process of you're constantly adjusting to new time constraints, so you gotta like learn how to adapt to that. So I like your hat.
It's from Mother Russia.
Kyle's got a Ruski hat on because he turned his camera on randomly. You can't see it.
Yeah, I'm actually wearing
Why?
2 hats right now. Cause it's cold in California. Oh wait, just kidding. It's hot as fuck here.
Yeah, I would suggest that, if you're kind of a fan of like older animation style with kind of more modern dialogue writing, that I'd say give Magiswords a chance at least. I am always one to say that to give everything its fair shake before writing it off. Which it's weird, man. If I know you've been on 4chan, you send me threads every now and then, but I'll even go into like Facebook and YouTube comments, and like it's surprising how vehemently against this a lot of people are.
People are assholes. Welcome to the world, JD.
I constantly try to assume the good in people, but then I'm reminded that the internet is a dark, terrible place.
You could have the cutest fucking rabbit eating a carrot video, and someone will bring
Or tell you to kill
politics
yourself.
and social justice into it. Yeah. And then you'll be like, where the fuck
Right.
did this come from? People, man.
People are
That's how it
the
happens.
worst. I don't like people. So I want to ask you what your thoughts about this are. What is the deal with creators doing the voices of the characters in their show?
Save
I
money?
guess. Because it's like...
I mean, I'm sure this is... I'm not making fun of it or nothing, but I'm sure this is on like a paperclip budget. So I'm sure like, yeah, it's just money. If you want like Dan Castellaneta, you better be prepared to pay like $1 million every episode because
Maybe
that's
that's-
the Simpsons rate. But then you could you could get like, some guy that just came off the streets that'll take like $1,000. I'd take $1,000 for voiceover. I'd be like, gee willikers, mister, $1,000. Okay, I can pay rent now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because, like, because in regular show you've got J.G. Quintel voicing the main character. In his show, Penn Ward does a voice in his cartoon, and now Kyle.
In Steven Universe, you have Rebecca doing Steven's voice.
Steven's voice at all. It's not at all what she sounds like.
Oh, well, I've been horribly mistaken.
But then Kyle is he voices Prohias along with like half the people in this show. Like
800 people.
You showed me the list
counted.
and like, god damn. But it is kind of funny that in the shorts there's like 3 voices. It's like Kyle, Grey Delisle, and Eric Bauza, and that's it. Which honestly, I'm actually really surprised by Kyle's range. Because you showed me like a list of characters he's done. It's like, I would even not have thought that was him. With Prohias, I can definitely tell it's him. But then there's a lot of like incidental background characters that he voices, and then like, I would have never thought that was him.
The old man.
He does the old man too. Holy shit! Yeah, yes. That's another one. It's like I wouldn't have thought that like he voiced the old man because it doesn't sound anything like him, or at least to me anyway. So good on you, Carosa. You gotta.
If they were like, Kyle, you gotta do voices for your own cartoon, and be like, bye, bitch.
I'm just saying that like. God forbid anyone is dumb enough to give me my own show. I don't want to voice a single character on there because I sound like a prepubescent, pimply teenager.
Yes. I feel the same way about you, but regarding me, but also towards you.
What? I have a nasally voice that I hate, which is weird that I do narration for Frederitter sometimes, but... Why do they keep...
You're like, I'm JD. Let's talk about cartoons, guys.
Yeah, it's uncanny. It's like...
Yeah, that's what you sound like
It is
all
what I
the time.
like. It's not even a joke. I know.
hear it
You're the one who
every day.
keeps calling me, so...
'Cause
I'm
I'm
glad
bored.
you know how much you value our friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And I guess they have a lot of guest stars coming now. Kyle posted a picture of him and Weird Al today, and I was super jelly. I want to meet Weird Al.
Yeah.
That's half the reason I want a cartoon show, is so I can meet random celebrities that I like.
I'd be like, it's the guy from Scrubs. You were
Which
my
guy from
favorite.
Scrubs?
I like the janitor.
You want to meet
I
Neil
would
Flynn?
Cast him.
He's
Yeah, I like that guy. I
he's
would
got a
love to give him
sitcom
a
on
hug.
ABC, I think.
Guy's
He's
like
a-
6'5".
Neil Flynn is
He
a
would
beast of a
tower
man.
over me.
I like Scrubs. I should
Crazy.
rewatch it.
I have been.
You've also been watching
rewatching it.
Disney's
It
Doug.
was great.
Which we really need to talk
Yeah.
about, because you tell me like bits and pieces of your experience. I want to know like the full detail of you watching Disney's Doug.
Some of it is good and some of it is bad.
I really want to get into this for some reason, but we'll save that for another episode maybe. Once you finish it, if you haven't
Yeah.
already.
I'm close to it. They did a couple Quailman episodes, which was kind of like
That's
out of
funny.
left field.
So yeah, guys, Mighty Magiswords is now on your TV screens, and you can watch it weekly. We watched the first couple of episodes. I like them. I have my concerns for those as well, but that's for another day, another time. But on the whole, I think Magiswords is a cool show. I'm kind of appreciative to Cartoon Network for like taking a chance on this and like supporting it as much as they have, because like pretty much since they put out the little 15-minute shorts, they have been like making sure everybody knows that this is a thing that they're doing. Like every one of their social media pages just has Magiswords plastered all over it, and like they put Prohias's face on their app for a while. So
Pretty good
I
marketing.
mean, that is the one
people
thing I
excited.
really like about Cartoon Network is they really like to support their shows, whereas other channels won't even remind you when their shows are on.
I thought that shit was so funny. You were like, "Oh, look, they did some Day of the Dead thing," and I'm like, "That show's dead. That show's dead.
Yeah.
That show's dead. That show's
It is
dead."
weird that like the 2010s are dying, man. Gumball's been announced to be canceled. Adventure Time and Regular Show are on the way out. I mean,
Good.
honestly, I did
milking
think
it for
that
years.
Adventure Time needed to end long ago, and Regular Show, I think, needs to end because I don't know where I heard this, but it's like as soon as you move your show into outer space, it means you have officially run out of ideas. And I've never really watched
Yeah.
Gumball. I've seen bits and pieces of it, and I think it's really funny, so I need to actually sit down and watch it.
Adventure Time was like, "Here's the lamp. Gender politics," and I'm
Adventure
like,
Time's
"Done."
gotten really, like, it's, I wouldn't say preachy.
Preachy.
It's gotten very philosophical, or at least it thinks it is. But it's like, it's weird watching it because it's like, it used to be like, let's go on a dumb, fun adventure. It's like, kind of what Magiswords is now. It's like, we're just gonna go on a fucking adventure and be goofy for 11 minutes. Why the fuck not? But then it's like, hey, we're gonna talk about like the philosophies of life and what it is to be human and shit like that. And I'm like, I mean, that's nice that you're like trying to introduce these concepts to children, but it just strikes me as odd that now every episode is like that. But
Yeah.
hey, man, we're ushering a new era of Cartoon Network shows in.
I don't want to call their writing pretentious.
I would. I would totally call Adventure Time
But-
pretentious.
It's
Oh, it's
extremely
horribly-
pretentious. It's like going to Starbucks and listening to college students talk like they know everything about life.
It
and
kind
that
of
they got
is.
the plan.
I would
for
totally agree with
everything.
that. And I'm not saying that Adventure Time is bad, because I still enjoy watching it from time to time, but, like,
I am. Seasons 1 through, I don't know, 3.
I honestly don't. These
Two,
episodes come at such a
whatever.
constant stream that I honestly don't know where the season divides are anymore. Like, fucking Steven Universe, like, within, like, back in our Summer of Steven episode, we even mentioned that, like, within their marathon of episodes, they actually went into another season. And that no one knows.
Whoa. Whoa.
It's like Steven Universe is like season 4, I guess. I'm like, I don't know when these season breaks are anymore.
So yeah, kiddies, don't watch the show that's on TV right now. Go watch the YouTube videos.
What?
Is that good?
I mean, I think you should
advice?
definitely support it on TV. I mean, I can't
yeah,
because I
that
don't
too,
have cable,
but-
so we had to go down to the gym and watch it. But because there's cable down there, I'm poor. Time Warner's expensive enough. Can't already pay those fuckers for internet. Yeah.
Anyways,
Alrighty.
let's
So
wrap
yeah,
this
kids,
up.
Mighty Magiswords is now on TV, so go watch that. And Cartoon Network is putting all their shorts up on their website and on YouTube and like a million other places because all the people who we're friends with on Facebook that work on it will make sure you know. Lindsay
Yeah.
and Kyle and John Barry and Luke and all those and the rest.
Well, they're not really my friends. Those last two. But...
Anywho.
Anyways,
So yeah, definitely give this show your support. I think it's got potential, and I think it's a step in the right direction, as opposed to some of Cartoon Network's most recent decisions, which I don't agree with. Talking to you, Teen Titans and Powerpuff Girls. What I'm saying is support original content, not reboots. I think I could say that for a lot of things, actually. I could say that for about the movie industry, too.
damn. We're gonna take on.
You and I are going to take on Hollywood, and we're going to kick it in the nards.
Hollywood.
They stole the D. That's how you do continuity.
Yes.
Alright.
Alright, good night, everybody. I love you. Stay safe out there. There's a skeleton.
There's scary
ahead.
clowns everywhere, guys. Don't go
Running.
to the woods. If you see a clown, man, run. Run far away.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Anyways, whatever.
That's still relevant, right?
No,
Alright,
it's not.
guys. We'll catch you next week with something. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed this. You don't enjoy a lot of things, Kyle, and it's frankly, it's concerning.
This is me now.
The one thing you took it away from Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, we'll catch you next time. Good night.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Ink and Paint Club podcast. If you like this episode, remember to share it, leave a comment, write a review, tell your mom, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow the show on Facebook where we post animation news and discussion topics daily. Thanks again, and we will see you in the next episode.